This video carries on where we stopped with the earlier video. We are making that diamond narrower. We're diminishing the number of S stitches, increasing the number of Z or Z stitches. Knowing where you're going to work those transition stitches, where they come up, the hint where they happen is where we have two threads together at the back or two threads together at the front. These happen to the right and to the left of the area of S stitches within the Z leaning cloth. So I want to keep an eye out on those two threads together at the back while I work these first stitches. Right edge stitch, two plain stitches, and here I use the first of those two threads at the back. That's my last normal Z or Z interlinking stitch. I now work on these two front threads, and I'm working the transition stitch in Z. And here's the next pair of threads are together at the front. I keep my eye on them while I work these S stitches. Using up the first of these two at the front, that's my last normal S stitch. And then I'm going to work a stitch on two back threads. These two, I'm working transition stitch in Z or Z, pick up, put down, and then three normal Z stitches. This is the first of the two threads at the back. That's my last normal Z interlinking stitch, and then a transition stitch on two front threads, cross Z-wise, pick up, put down like that, and then I work S stitches, three of them. And here we've got two threads at the front. That means my last normal S stitch, put down, pick up, and then a transition stitch. And here, stitch at the back, and it's Z, so I reach under to do pick up, put down, and I work Z to the end of the row, pick up, put down. And that's row 4. We're down to 3 S stitches on either diamond. Okay, so row 5 is going to be an overplate row, and let's look. Here's two threads together at the back, two threads together at the front, two together at the back, and two together at the front. Let's see, these two threads right here, you see how they're together at the front. These are going to delineate where we work the S stitches. Keep your eye out for them. They're the warning sign that you're going to have to work a transition stitch. We start with 4 interlinking stitches, plain Z, pick up, put down, and here you see this is the first of the two threads at the back. It's the warning, it's the last normal interlinking stitch, and then we have to do a transition stitch. Transition on two front threads, then 2 S stitches, put down, and pick up. And this is the first of the two threads at the front, so that's the last normal S stitch, and then we have to do a transition stitch. Transition on 2 back threads, Z-wise pick up, put down, and then Z pick up, put down, pick up, put down. And here we're working there's the first of the two at the back, and now we need another transition stitch. This is 2 front threads, Z-wise, and then normal S stitches. Put down, pick up, and here, these are the two at the front. That's the last normal S stitch, put down, pick up, and then a transition stitch. We're working transitions in Z on this row, so pick up, put down, and then normal Z interlinking to the end of the row. Save the bead for last. There we go. Okay, so that was 2 S stitches. On the next row, we're going to work only 1 S stitch in the middle. We're getting down to the very bottom of that diamond. All right, so this is a plate row. It begins with a right edge stitch, and then 3 plain stitches, 2, 3, and now you see here we have the 2 threads at the front. That's a transition stitch, then a normal S stitch, put down, pick up, and now we need to do another transition stitch, and we do that one in Z interlinking. Then we have 5 normal Z stitches, 4 and 5, and then another transition stitch worked in Z interlinking. So we grab this far one and cross it over, 1 normal S stitch, and then another transition stitch on 2 back threads, pick up, put down, and now we're back to normal Z, pick up, put down to the end of the row. And there we are. We're now, we did down to only 1 S stitch, so you're thinking on the next row there's 0 S stitches. We should be back to all Z. We are indeed back to all Z. But, funny thing here, but there is something that we still need to do. We still need to do a little bit of transitioning out of the S. You can see here on row 7 we still got a purple and a pink stitch. What's with that? Well, this is just one of the things about spraying. After you've finished all your S stitches, you still need to transition out. The cloth still needs these transition stitches. Let me take you through this, show you how this works. At the very bottom of the diamond, one last thing to close it all off. On row 7, we're back to all Z, but there's one little snaggle. If I work here, here's 2 threads together at the back. And now, if I work this as Z, pick this one up, put this one down, do you see how that doesn't look right? Now, what I need to do is work a stitch on these 2 front threads, and indeed, you see how these 2 threads are connected up there. This is I work a stitch on 2 front threads, then I work a stitch on 2 back threads. I need to transition out from the S on the row previous. I work normal Z interlinking all the way across. This is working fine, working fine, working fine, and then this is not fine. That doesn't look right. Here we need to work, once again, we need to transition out of that S zone up above. I need to work a transition stitch like this on 2 front threads, and then a transition stitch on 2 back threads, and then I finish the row normal Z interlinking. There we go. And now we're back to normal. Now we can work regular Z or Z interlinking stitches. And here's that chart again. A person would think that on row 6, you're done with the S, you're done with the diamond, but the way Sprang thinks, not quite. The way Sprang thinks is that on row 7, you still need to transition out from that, having been doing S leaning stitches, and there's 2 transition stitches below each diamond on row 7 before row 8 and 9 are completely normal Z or Z interlinking stitches. That's just the way Sprang thinks.